I'm going to take some time and show you a few ab workouts. For the most part, they will be equipment less, but I will show you a couple things on the balls and having some added weight. But the first thing I want to show you is standing crunches. Now, there's a couple different ways to do that. If you're just beginning, put your arms up here, maybe fingers to your neck, and hold in your abs, and then take your elbow and crunch in. You do not have to pick up your knees, because if you are doing this, it does work your obliques here. The other thing you can do is add a little bit to it by bringing up your knees. Just remember when you do bring up your knees that you're not bringing them up so high that you lose your balance. You don't want to hurt yourself. So just a little bit is fine, or not at all. Just do one at a time like this. So it's an easy way to do when you're standing up. You don't need any equipment and it works your abs. Now I'm going to show you a few plank ideas. Again, planks, you really don't need much equipment or any at all. I will show you a little bit on the Bosu ball, but the first thing you can do with a plank, the idea of a plank, when you're doing any plank, you want to be sure that you're keeping your body very straight. Don't dip or sag your butt. You can start out in this position, which is on your elbows. You can also do your plank on your hands. Now the idea of a plank is to hold it and to see how long you can hold it. If you're here for 5 seconds, you might not feel it, but I guarantee you in a few you will. The other thing to kind of help work the other sides of your abs is to do plank switches. So go down and come up and down and up. Those are your switches. I'm going to take a little break because that's hard. And I'm going to show you how to get your legs involved. The first thing you can do is you can, in any position, you can do your plank one-legged, either side. Just do it evenly. And the other thing too that helps a lot is you can bring your knees in. So you can just bring them straight in, or you can bring them out to the side like that, or you can rotate that. Or you can bring them out and in and down. And that really works your obliques here. So those are some ideas for the straight planks. Now there is the side planks. And side planks are nice for your obliques also. To start easy, you would start on your elbow. And you can just hold it. It's just holding a different area. You can also like bring your hips down and up and working these sides of your obliques again. So you can do that on your elbow. You can also do the same thing, but come up on your hand. Now this takes a little bit more arm work. So you need a little bit of, you'll feel it in your arms a little bit. And you can hold it here. From this position, you can reach out behind you and come back up, and then you get a whole new other workout. Oh. So that's planks without the Bosu. The other thing, and that's really hard. That's a great exercise. The other thing you can do is turn this guy upside down, the Bosu ball, and you can do your plank on that. What that also does is just help give you a little bit more. You're having to stabilize a little bit more. Make sure your body's straight. This is the one I like to use with my legs. I can really feel it. And when I lift my legs up like that, I can really feel it down here. And also I can feel it a lot more just by doing it on there. Those aren't cheap. Those are a little more expensive to buy. But the other thing you can use that for is push-ups. If you're, it will make your push-ups a lot harder. Okay, so those are planks. The other thing, we'll just show you some crunches. It is nice to have a mat when you're doing crunches for your back. Crunches of any kind, whether we're doing leg lifts. I'm going to bring a weight close to me. We'll do a little bit of using the weights. Now what you can do is sit, I don't know what angle is that, what is that? It's not a 45 degree, but keep your knees at an angle and come down. Now what I like to do is like really feel one area of my abs at a time. So if I'm starting, I'll focus on this area up here, put my arms behind me, but what I do is I kind of like look up and reach up towards the ceiling, and when I do that, I don't come up a ton, but when I do come up, I totally feel it right here. If you want to feel here, you need to do more of a full sit-up. Now you don't have to come all the way up either. You can come up this far and really feel it in here. If you add a weight and you're doing your full sit-up like this, it just adds a little bit more resistance, of course, to your workout. Adding the weights, you don't have to add the weights, especially if you're just starting. The other little ab exercise that doesn't take much is putting your legs up and reaching. So you come down flat and reach for your toes. Again, that does a really good job here. You can do the bicycle. You can have your legs out like this, left arm to right knee, and vice versa. And then come back and forth. You're keeping your neck up a little bit and your upper back up. And it really works. Actually, that one works everywhere. That's a really good exercise. The other thing you can do, and I have to put my hands under my bum, but you can keep your body up like this. Your upper back's a little bit up, and you could do leg flutters. That's another really good ab exercise. And I'm trying to think of another one. So those are the beginning. Again, you can add the weight when you're lifting. Also, the planks, though, to me, I use a lot of the different plank exercises because they work so many different areas. And at the same time, they're working your lower back. They truly work your whole core. You can use the ball. Now, if you don't have a ball, and you truly can't afford one, that's one thing. But this is a pretty inexpensive piece of equipment, and it's easy to move because it's light. But you can do a lot of really good exercises. And when you're doing crunches on the ball, you want to sit like with you're not all the way forward, but you're a little more forward on the ball down here. Keep your legs here. Don't put your knees above your toes or in front of your toes. And when you come back, you're going to come back all the way. And when you do your crunch, you can come all the way up. Now notice when I'm coming down on the ball, I'm actually going beyond flat. So I am working so much more of my core that way. I'm going to stretch the whole thing. The other thing you can do with the ball is what we call reverse crunches. So you're going to put your little feet on the ball, put your hands out straight like this, and when you're hanging out, you're going to pull the ball in and pull it out, and in and out. And that is a reverse crunch. And there's a lot more exercises you could do. So this really is a good piece of equipment if you can afford it. I would say it's worth it. And it's, again, I move so much that it's one thing I can actually lift and move. So that is our abs. And thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions or ideas, please let me know. And thank you.